Hi guys, so it's been around 9 months since we had a look at the Plants vs Zombies Adventures fan remake PvZ Road Trip, a project that, as you've probably guessed, is recreating the beloved 2013 Facebook game that unfortunately got taken down after about 1 year despite its popularity. Back in November, I posted a video that was an overview of the entire project, highlighting what it involves, what areas of the game they want to improve upon, and how you get involved or support PvZ Road Trip. If this is something that interests you, there is a link to the video on screen now or in the description. However, today's video we are going to be taking a look at how the project has evolved and developed over the past 9 months, as well as giving you an idea of how far away this project is from becoming a reality. Right then, so the first thing I am super excited to share with you is the work in progress soundtrack for PvZ Road Trip. Yes, that's right, although this is a fan project, they have made a conscious decision to produce its own soundtrack, and I have to say the person who is creating this is already doing an astonishing job. From what I gather, the idea is to keep this new music very in keeping with the original game and Plants vs Zombies in general. Like, a lot of this stuff you wouldn't even realise isn't from PopCap themselves. Now, there have been a number of channels that have posted soundtrack videos of PvZ Road Trip, however, as far as I can see, the primary, if not the only composer for this soundtrack is Lilledix4. They have posted a whole range of different tracks on YouTube. The videos they make are really well put together, and they have a whole load of information about Road Trip in the description. Unfortunately, we don't have any confirmation of this, as I can't find anything on the Road Trip Gamejolt page, but I'm very confident this is the composer, and I'm super excited as the stuff is already sounding insanely good. I'm going to play you a little section of Dr. Zomboss's theme, and as stated by the composer, this should be the most epic track of the entire soundtrack. Please be aware this is a demo track, so I think they've used a number of pre-existing PvZ tracks and sort of remixed them, but there are a few that are fully finished on their channel too, so please check them out, the link is in the description. Anyway, have a listen to this. Next on the list we have a couple of new screenshots. There weren't any captions for most of these, so a lot of this is just educated guesses and speculation, but they're still cool to see. So here we go. From an initial standpoint, you can see we seem to be inside of the game, judging by the windowed frame. However, we have this purple menu system that borders the entire screen. Now, obviously this doesn't match the original PvZ Adventures user interface, but the impression I got from looking at the different symbols, this to me feels like a level editor, almost like a system they've programmed in to help them create levels quickly and efficiently without having to code everything each time. Alternatively, this could be a mode in the game where you can make your own levels. I never had a chance to play PvZ Adventures myself, so I wouldn't know if there was a game mode like that in the original, but yeah, it looks interesting whatever. The second screenshot is very similar again. This could be a hot wheel to allow easy access to tools when building a level, or it's something that will allow you to access your plants and equipment whilst keeping the zombies at bay. This third screenshot I think solidifies my assumption that the other two shots were a back-end building system. As you can see, we have a much more simple UI that resembles the one we see in Adventures. Yes, it looks kind of basic at the moment, so I assume it's still a work in progress, but you get a sense of what each of these buttons do. This one was the only shot that had a caption which says PvZ Road Trip Game Mode World Tour, which again makes me feel this is the player interface. The final one is of an actual level which looks very colourful, and the trees with the happy faces are probably the most adorable thing you're going to see all year. But then we also have Crazy Dave in a very revealing mermaid or Adam and Eve type costume, which is likely to give you nightmares for the rest of the year. But on a serious note, I do think this level looks really awesome, and it just gives you an idea of the type of art style and what the game might look like when we eventually get our hands on it. Finally, let's talk about gameplay and development. For those of you who watched the previous video on this, you might remember that the team had been doing a number of live streams where you could watch at least one of the devs work on the game in real time, building levels and all that jazz. Whilst they did do this for a time, unfortunately the last stream was like 5 months ago and we haven't had anything else since. The last couple of videos included a dev working on a video. I think it might have been for one of the in-game cutscenes, but the team are Spanish speaking, so I'm not 100% sure what it was for, but that was my best guess. Also, I'm uncertain as to why they stopped the live streams. Perhaps time became an issue, they didn't think people enjoyed them that much, or they were just aware they were sharing too much of behind the scenes. But who knows, maybe they just took a break or something. If you are interested in watching any of the live streams back though, the link to the channel is in the description. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all we have in terms of the updates right now. I was hoping I'd have a bit more to share with you since it had been so long since I'd looked at PvZ Road Trip, but these things take a long time, especially with such a big undertaking to want to recreate an entire game and also add additional things in there like the soundtrack, which again I have to say is off the charts. So yeah, in terms of timescale, I still think we're a long way off from experiencing this game. I'd say maybe something as long as like 3 years. The team appeared to want to make this super high quality, and from what I've seen so far, I definitely think it's going to be worth the wait. I will be keeping my eye on this project and will continue to do update videos like this to keep you guys up to speed on where it's at. There's also a bunch of other PvZ projects I will be doing update videos for, so if this is something you'd like to see more of, stick around, hit those like and subscribe buttons, and if you would like to support this channel further, check out my Patreon page by clicking on screen now or through the link in the description. But other than that, I will see you in the next one. Okay, thanks guys, bye.